Hello, students. A very good morning to all of you. Hope you had a good night's sleep and you're fresh. Hello, students. You're very good morning to all of you. Hello, students. Hope you had a good night's sleep and you're fresh. Hello. Hello, students. नहीं, मैंने तो बंद कर दिया इधर से। वो कैसे बंद करूं, कैसे करें? मैंने तो बंद कर दिया इधर से। वो कैसे बंद करूं, कैसे करें? मैं फिर से लॉगिन करता हूं। पार्थ, मैं फिर से लॉगिन करता हूं। हेलो पार्थ। Yeah, hello students. A very good morning to all of you. Hope you had a good night's sleep and you are fresh. Yeah, hello students. A very good morning to all of you. Part, again it's echoing. And you are fresh. Yeah, hello students. Part, again it's echoing. Yeah. Part, कहां से स्टॉप करूं मैं? Can I start my lecture? Yeah. Yeah. Hello, students. Sorry for this technical lapse. There was some problem with the YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. Hello, students. Sorry for this technical lapse. There was some problem with the YouTube. Yeah. Yeah. हेलो। या मैंने री लॉग इन किया मैंने। Friends, very sorry for this technical lapse. The YouTube interface was coming in between the lecture, so there was a little bit of issue, but never mind. It has been sorted out. Uh, Hope you are all charged up for today's lecture. It is lecture number 2 for the topic meetings. As I've been telling you since the last 4 lectures, I would like you to have a healthy dialogue. Please participate. Please answer questions. Please use your chat window. Ask me questions. Get your clarifications done. Because you are going to appear for an exam, so this is a very good mode to prepare for the exam. Yeah. So let's start. Let's start with our topic of meetings. We already have touched upon what are meetings, what is the purpose of meeting. We have discussed about advantages of meeting. We have discussed about disadvantages of meeting. We then went to the requisites of a meeting. There are over 6 requisites. We discussed about what's an agenda, what's a notice of a meeting, how are minutes written, what's action taken report. So minutes is all about all this, and you'll be given questions. You'll be asked to write minutes. You'll be asked to write agendas. You'll be asked to write action taken reports. So this is a good platform and a good session. This will be a good session for you to revise all your concepts, and I'm sure you'll find it helpful going ahead. So let's go to the meetings. So we all know meetings are a part and parcel of everyday life. They happen at workplaces. They happen informally. Meetings are conducted by people. So without people, there will be no minutes. Where meetings, minimum 2 people are required for a meeting, because one person cannot just discuss ideas and then come to a conclusion. So at least 2 people should be required. Meeting can be a formal or informal meeting, but it has to be a deliberative assembly of individuals, plural, 2 or more people. Why? Because they will come, they will discuss, they will debate on certain issues and problems, and the purpose is to arrive at a solution. The purpose is to arrive at a solution. So meetings are held to resolve any problems. Meetings are held to resolve any issues faced. Meetings are held to chalk out new strategies to promote either business or increase sales, increase profitability. Meetings are held to exchange ideas or information, to ensure coordination on issues. Meetings are held to communicate effectively within the group, right? So for any meeting to be successful, you require 2 things. One is coordination amongst the team members and cooperation amongst the team members. And the purpose or the main intention of a meeting is to achieve the objective set. So you have to discuss, and you have to come with a solution. So that's the reason why meetings happen. There is a very good definition, as you have learned yesterday, given by Business Directory. So meeting is defined as formal or informal deliberative assembly of individuals called to debate certain issues and problems and to take decisions. So if you closely observe, the definition also contains all the vital characteristics of meeting. So it can be formal, it can be informal. What is formal? In professional work settings, in corporate work environments. What is informal? Within your house, within a set of friends, at a club, or at the playground, wherever. So deliberative assembly of individuals. People should come together. Assembly of individuals, plural, 2 or more people. So there should be discussion. There should be bouncing of ideas. There should be sharing of ideas. There should be agreement on points. So the purpose is then once you come, you debate, then you arrive at some decisions. So Wikipedia, which you all know is a knowledge source, even Wikipedia has given its definition on meetings. So what Wikipedia is saying is a meeting is a gathering of 2 or more people. Meeting is a gathering of two or more people that has been convened. Meeting is a gathering of two or more people that has been convened for the purpose of achieving a common goal. Meeting is a gathering of two or more people that has been convened for the purpose of achieving a common goal. How will you achieve a common goal? Through verbal interaction, such as sharing information or reaching agreement. So over here also they are very clear. They are saying two or more people. It has to be convened. Why? For what? To achieve a common goal, right? Now we all know how meetings can happen. So yesterday we have discussed what are the various modes of a meeting. So I'm not going to tell you the various modes of meeting. Just to refresh your thoughts, I would request all of you to type in your chat window what are the various modes of meeting. What are the various modes of meeting? Use your chat window to give your answers. Okay, please give your answers. Please give your answers. Yeah, I cannot see any answers. Please contribute your answers. What are the different modes of a meeting? Different modes. Okay, first answer I'm getting Sarthak. Online, okay, correct. In person, very good. So he's given two answers. Kushagranath Tiwari, face to face, which is in person. Video conferencing, audio call, very good. Kushagranath. Manish is saying virtual, physical, okay. Abdul Qadir, physical, virtual, okay. Virtual, physical mode again. Komalakshi. Bhumika is saying virtual, physical, phone call, fine. So yeah, basically online it can be face to face, telephone mode. So in online also you have got lots of options. You can go on Zoom, you can go on a Skype, you can go on a Google Meet. So yes, you have all understood about the modes of meeting. Now I'm going to ask you that you all know the two types of meetings, right? Formal meetings and informal meetings. So yesterday we have discussed the four main points of formal meetings. Yesterday we have discussed the four main points of formal meetings, right? So what differentiates a formal meeting from an informal meeting? So can you please give out your answers in the chat window? What are the four important characteristics of formal meetings? Please use your chat window and give your answers. Okay, what are the four different characteristics of formal meetings? Four characteristics of formal meetings. Okay, who's writing? Who's giving answers? Till now, nobody. Who's giving the answers? Okay, so I'm getting the first answer from Manisha. She's saying definite venue, definite time, definite duration, definite participants. Okay, so venue, time, duration, participants. Venue, time, duration, participants. Manisha, can I tell you one thing? Can you, instead of participants, maybe you can use the word agenda? Yeah, agenda. Because in the agenda, you'll have the list of participants also. Plus, you'll have the time, you'll have the list of topics also. So Abdul Qadir is saying specific date, time, place, person, duration. So instead of persons, you can say it's agenda. Okay. Ayushi Singh is saying set agenda and participants. Ayushi, it is also date, time, and venue. Anybody else wants to give answers, or anybody else? Okay, Ardhendu is saying date, time, agenda, fine. But what about venue? Ardhendu, you should also write about a venue. Anupam Singh is saying documentation, minutes. Okay, Anupam Singh, I'll tell you what you are saying about documentation, minutes, and all this. But for informal meetings also, you can have a documentation, you can have minutes. What is important in the formal meeting is that they are done at a definite time, definite venue, definite date, and there is a set agenda. Okay, fine. Okay, chalo, let us go to the next point now. Next point is advantages of meetings. So yesterday we discussed about advantages of meetings. Yeah. So can you quickly put down whatever you feel could be the advantage of a meeting? Quickly, advantages of meeting. So meeting helps you to do what? Meeting will help you to do what? What are the advantages of meeting? Okay, anybody's typing advantages of meetings? Okay. Mayur, sorry, first answer is from Shagun. Sharing ideas, very good. Mayur is saying idea development, saving of time, preventing mistakes, very nice. Komalakshi is saying communication skill is developed, new ideas, okay. Uh, Abdul Qadir is saying new ideas, time saving, not to go to every person to take his opinion. Perfect. Okay. Janish is saying opportunity to problem solve together, ability to make everyone feel included. Okay. Manisha is saying exchange of ideas, exchange of information, creation of innovative solutions, resolving deadlocks, helping to take decisions. Very nice. Good attempt. Good attempt, children. Good attempt. Very nice, students. It is heartening to know that you are on the right track. So some of the advantages of meeting, which I can tell you, is that, of course, one is it can save time. So rather than meeting one person at different points of time, it is better that we meet all the people required at one instant only. So it can save time. Second is that lots of ideas, lots of new information is shared. Third is problems can get a better solution. Mistakes can be avoided. Yes. What happens is that another thing is that by involving everybody concerned or relevant to the meeting, we can have a participative approach, and team members also get better social and emotional support. Okay, these were the advantages. Now let's go and just brush up our memory with the disadvantages of a meeting. Disadvantages. Okay, disadvantages of meeting. Can you please quickly type onto your chat window what could be the disadvantages of meeting? Okay, let's come to anybody has solved it. Okay, Mayur has given the first answer that it can be time consuming. Yes. Komalakshi is saying is that time consuming, unable to control some people. Yeah, misbehavior of employees. Yes. Sarthak is saying may result in further activity problems. Yes. It can give rise to conflicts. Yes. Ardenu is saying it is not just time consuming but also cost. Yes, I agree with you. Manisha is also saying that cost of meeting is a problem. Okay, time consuming, yes. Sometimes conclusions are reached because of dominating participants or non-preparation of other participants. Yes, okay. Manisha, well thought. Sanjay is saying more cost, more time, confusion in taking decisions. Okay, these can be disadvantages of meetings. Yes. So quickly on that, one which everybody agrees that it is time consuming because you actually set aside all your other work and come for the meeting. So you like if a lot of people come together for the meeting at the same time and place, it results in time consumption. Now we all have heard of this proverb: too many cooks spoil the soup. Same in the same logic, too many people in the meeting may prevent a decision being taken, the right decision being taken. Then there is also aspect of lack of seriousness. People think that like meetings are just for some time pass. They'll come unprepared and always not be able to contribute. Expensive, yes, cost is there because you require a place, paperwork, proper communication, travel also. It can be because the main person who is uh, chairing the meeting, he is not effective. So what happens is that the meeting will not reach to a logical conclusion, right? So I'll just brush you up on 5 issues which consistently come up during meetings. See, one or two people dominate the conversation, right? They dominate the conversation and nobody does anything about it. Second is that the chairperson, he doesn't lead the meeting effectively. Third is most of the meetings are just passing along information that could have been easily sent by email. Fourth is people carry phones, laptops for meetings. They are busy playing games, Netflix, or whatever they want to do. So nobody pays attention. And just because in between the meetings no action is taken, the same point gets repeated meeting after meeting, right? Okay. So we have discussed about formal meetings. Now let's come to corporate meetings. Corporate meetings. Meetings in an organized work environment. There are two types. There are two types of meetings. A, organizational meeting. B, operational meeting. A, organizational meeting is a regular meeting involving shareholders and management. B, operational meeting is a meeting which is either regular or ad hoc or need based involving management and employees. A, organization meeting. These are board meetings, AGMs, special general body meeting, extraordinary general meetings. B, operational meetings. You can have meetings for discussing sales performance, HR department meetings, accounts department meetings, cross-functional department meetings, right? So based upon this, I would like you to write about different types of meetings in a corporate work environment. Please classify into two categories first, the main categories. Under each category, you can write what it actually involves whom, and then third is examples. So I want 3 sentences each under these headings. One, the two categories. In between the categories, it involves whom, and third is types of that category meetings. So please use your chat window and write about different types of meetings in corporate work environments. Okay, I'm getting some answers now. Ankit Mishra, organization meeting, board meeting, AGM, financial meeting, operation meeting. Well, Ankit, you've listed all the meetings, but you could have categorized it in a better way. Barna Mandal is saying decision making meeting. Okay, only one. Manisha is saying organization involves management, AGM, EGM, BOD. Okay, operational management says. Okay, well, audit committee meeting or Manisha will be organization level meeting. It will not be operational level meeting. But otherwise, you've done a very good attempt. Mayur is saying AGM, office meeting, sales meeting, staff meeting. Madhi Chetty Manoj is saying organization meeting between, okay. Organization meeting. Komalakshi is saying organization meeting involves shareholders management, right? Operation meeting, yeah, okay, fine. So by and large, okay, Komalakshi is writing in a proper way. Nanesh is also writing in a proper way. Yeah, okay. I'm just taking last two more. Last two. One is Bhumika, organization meeting involving management shareholders. Yes, okay. Fine. Bhumika is given the correct answer. Last, I'm saying Anupam Singh, organization takes place. Operational meeting, you're saying time and agenda is not fixed. It is wrong. The time and agenda is fixed. It's a formal meeting, but it is in operations, right? So Anupam was saying you can make the necessary changes. You can go back to your study notes and refer it. Okay, let me go. Let me go to the next section. Next section. Okay, which is requisites of a meeting. So yesterday we have discussed at length. We have discussed at length what are the 6 requisites of meeting. One, selecting the right participants. Two, setting an agenda. Three, intimation to all participants should be sent. Four, appoint a facilitator. Five, arrive at a clear conclusion and formulate the next steps, which would include minutes of meetings. Six, create opportunities for creativity and participants. Okay, now after having said this, just to brush up your memory in a better way, I would request all of you to write down the 6 requisites of a meeting. Please write down the 6 requisites of a meeting. Okay, I've got some responses. First one is okay. I'm going to check for Ankit Mishra. Select right participants, agenda, send intimation, facilitator. Okay, Ankit has got all right. Then who's the next? I'm going to check. Is Manisha right participant, agenda, intimation, appoint. Okay, okay. Manisha has done it right. Abdul Qadir also has done it right. Anupam Singh has done it right. Uh, yeah, Madhi Chetty Manoj has done it right. Um, okay, Kushagrana Tiwari has done it right. So I'm just going to check last two. Chandan Patra, good one. Mayur, yeah, pretty good one. Okay, very good. Chalo, let's go to the next one. Okay, so we discussed about the six prerequisites of meeting, right? Now let's go one by one about these points. So the first one was selecting the right participants. So what is important is that the participants in the meeting have to be chosen with extreme care. Why? Because often people are included because they belong to one particular department or are part of a particular team, or because you do not want to offend anyone, so you'll invite them. So what is important is that you do not involve everybody. People should be invited on a need to know basis, on a need to understand basis, on a need to take action basis, right? So to engage in a purposeful meeting, continuing from that, all the participants must have a reason for attending. So they should have a reason for attending. They should have a point of view about the issue. They should have the need to know. They should have the authority to make decision or any useful information that will add value to the discussion and lead to some conclusion. So to engage in a purposeful meeting, I'm repeating, the participants must have a reason for attending, a point of view about the issue, need to know, authority to make a decision, or any useful information that will add value to the discussion and lead to some conclusion. Fine. Okay. Let's go to the next prerequisite. Set an agenda. Set an agenda. I hope you remember what is an agenda. Please brush up your memory. Of course, I'm going to talk about it a little later, but please brush up your memory and write in your agenda, write in your chat window, what do you mean by agenda? What do you mean by agenda? Please write in your chat window, what do you mean by agenda? What do you mean by an agenda? Please write in your chat window. Okay, let me see your answers. Agenda is a schedule of meeting. Sanjay is writing. Okay. Mayur is saying agenda means purpose of meeting. Okay. Agenda basically schedule of meeting with the names of the participants, duration, what topics are going to be discussed. It will be in that. Bhumika is saying agenda, purpose of meeting, schedule of meeting. Okay. Komalakshi is saying list of items to be discussed. Okay. Sarthak is saying topics on which meeting would take place or the issues which the meeting proposes to address. Topics and purpose mainly. Arvind is saying okay. Kushagranath is saying topic or set of topics that will be discussed or deliberated upon in meeting. Okay. Madhi Chetty Manoj. Agenda is a blueprint. No. Madhi Chetty, this is not right. It's a schedule, right? It cannot be a blueprint, right? It has to be customized according to the needs of the meeting. So it would have the time, topic, participant, speaker. So Abdul Qadir, his writing is giving all these answers. He's saying it defines the time, topic, participant, speakers, duration. Okay. Manisha is also agreeing. Purpose, time, duration, names of participants. Okay. I'm just going to take the last three more. Ankit Mishra. State the objective and purpose. Enumerate the issue, topics, basis. Okay. Delisha, it is a list of items to be discussed. Okay. Mansi Kumari, list of matters that need to be discussed or dealt. Fine. Omati, topics to be discussed. Okay. More or less, we are agreeing with what is agenda. So let me just tell you what is agenda from my side. So agenda is a list of all activities, in an order or in a scheduled manner, which they will be taken up during a meeting. So it will involve the topics to be discussed, the audience required, the names of the speakers, the duration of his speech, and the time allotted to him for speaking. So it involves the entire schedule, how things are going to happen, right? So that's agenda. Now, agenda is basically, like it has come up from a Latin word, which is basically ago, agere, agi, actum, and it means to drive on or set in motion. So that is what was agenda. Now, let me just give you an exercise. No, let me not. Okay, so agenda has to be distributed to the meeting's participants prior to the meeting. Why? Because they will be aware of the subjects to be discussed. And number two, they will be able to prepare for the meeting accordingly, right? So they should be aware of what subjects are to be discussed, and so that they can be prepared for that accordingly. In absence of agenda ही नहीं, तो क्या होगा? Then the whole meeting will be in a chaotic manner, because there will be no fixed time. People will come at whatever time they want. There will be no fixed venue. People will go to any venue and not find people required for the meeting. Without a chairperson, it will go haywire. It will be directionless. Without a proper objective or purpose of the meeting, no conclusions also will be reached. Without a proper sequence in which members will speak, everybody would like to speak the first, or there will be a case where nobody would like to speak. In case specific time is not allocated to each speaker, there is a chance that people will overshoot their time and speak more than what is required. Okay, so I'm just sharing my screen now for 2 minutes, and I'm going to show to you the template of the agenda. So students, this is the template of the agenda. So you have time, the topic, the attendees, speaker, duration. First column is the time, right? So you can say 3:15 to 4:15, 1 hour. So 3:15 to 4:15, topic to be discussed, sales performance of the last month, who are all the attendees, who is the speaker, and the duration, which is about 1 hour. So you'll have to put all this in this grid. The agenda should be in this grid, and then given to the people or the participants much before in advance so that they know what is going to be discussed, when it is going to be discussed, who are the attendees, and who's the speaker in a very clear manner. Okay, so now you've selected the right participants. You have set up an agenda. Let us go to the third prerequisite, which is sending intimation to all participants. Agenda लिखने से ही नहीं होगा काम. You have to make a notice or a circular and send it to the participants few days prior to the meeting, right? So that the participants have the time to gather information. Participants can plan their work properly and attend the meeting. So notice should include date, time, venue, names of people, participants, and agenda. 5 things. 5 things a notice of a meeting should contain: date, time, venue, names, and agenda. Fine. So let's revise this concept. In your chat window, please write the contents of 5 contents of the notice of a meeting. Oh, okay, let me check your answers. Okay. Date, time, venue, names. Okay, date, time, venue. Okay, fine. Venue, agenda, names, time. So most of you have got it right. Most of you have got it right. Very nice, very nice. Good tries, good attempts. Nice, nice. So let's go to the next one. Next one. Okay. We have selected the right participants. We have set an agenda. We have sent intimation to all the participants. Let's go to the fourth one. Let's go to the fourth requisites of meeting. Appoint a facilitator. A facilitator is appointed to guide the meeting to its logical conclusion. His or her task is to aid the group in reaching a consensus while taking group. So what does a facilitator do? He ensures that the participants stick to the agenda, provides a structure to the process, he enables cooperative decision making, and he avoids conflicts and paves the way for resolution of any problem. So fourth requisite was appointing a facilitator. The next one, arriving at clear conclusions and formulating next steps. Right? So during a meeting, the agenda topics are going to be discussed, deliberated, debated. So at the end of every discussion, it is necessary to summarize what has been discussed. State clearly the deductions arrived at and decide on the future steps to be taken. So once the meeting is done, we have to summarize all the conclusions and the future course of action in a document which is called as the minutes of the meeting. Minutes of the meeting. We are coming to another section now, minutes of the meeting. Okay, now I'm going to ask you to brush up your memory once more. Please write in the chat window your thoughts on what are minutes of a meeting. Your thoughts on what are okay, let me check your answers. What are your thoughts about minutes of meeting? Okay. Manish is saying brief account of the proceedings. Okay, Manish. Ayushi is saying minutes are records of meeting. Okay. Anupam Singh is also saying minutes are instant written record of meeting. Fine. Sarvesh is saying summary of the events that took place. Bhumika is saying complete summary of what was discussed. Okay. Manisha is saying written summary of main points, which helps in future action, which helps in quick reference. Komalakshi is saying it is known as protocols, describes the events, includes list of participants. Good point. Mayur is saying whatever is discussed in the meeting, results of the meeting. Okay, he's also saying protocol of meeting, record of meeting. Ankit Mishra is saying notes are instant recording. Fine. Fairly everybody is writing about what has transpired in the meeting. So those notes, right? So typically they describe the events, what has happened, who has attended the meeting, who are the absentees of the meeting, whatever points have been discussed, whatever is the solution arrived at. Any action to be taken by the requisite person. So that which is what the ATR, action taken report, which we'll also discuss the next. So we all know why, what are minutes. So I'll quickly come down and discuss about the need for preparing minutes of meeting. Need for preparing minutes of meeting. Number one, various participants may have different recollections of the meeting. See, once the meeting is ended, everybody has got his own thoughts, he's immersed in his own actions and his work. So when they will try to recollect, they will have different connotations, different memories of the meeting. So it is all the more important that we should have a uniform document, a consistently drafted document, which actually describes what exactly happened in the meeting. So that is the first thing, that why minutes have to be prepared, because various participants in the meeting may have different recollections of the meeting. Okay, since they've got different recollections of the meeting, they will take different actions, right? They'll take different actions. They'll forget important tasks. They will forget the date when the item should have been acted upon. They will forget the date when the action taker report should have been submitted. This will be the deficiency in case minutes are not prepared. But once the minutes are prepared, it is always available for ready reference. Nobody, once minutes are approved and signed off, nobody can deny the contents of the meeting, contents of the minutes. And minutes always serve as a reminder for your own self as well as for others that something has to be done by that person within a certain time frame. Lastly, minutes are helpful for legal purposes as well. Minutes are important for legal purpose also, because if there's a legal case, if there's a suit going on, the court may ask for minutes to be presented as an evidence for the matter. Okay. Now let's go to the next section, which is steps in recording minutes. Steps in recording minutes. There are five steps in the recording of minutes process. One, pre-planning. Two, record taking. Two is taking records. Third, writing the minutes. Fourth, sharing the minutes. Fifth, filing or storing the minutes for future references. I am repeating: pre-planning, record taking, writing minutes, sharing minutes, and filing or storing minutes. 5 main steps involved in the minutes process. 5 main steps: pre-planning, record taking, writing them, sharing minutes, filing for referencing in the future. In your chat window, I'm going to request you to write down the 5 main steps involved in recording the minutes of a meeting. 5 main steps I would like you all to record in your chat window. Please go ahead. Okay, let me check your answers. Okay, pre-planning, record taking, writing them, sharing. Okay, Komalakshi, perfect. Priyanka, good. Ankit Mishra, good. Bhumika, good. Jnanish, very nice. Ardhendu, right. I'm just going to check the last two. Kushagra, Nath Tiwari. Okay, fine. Sarvesh. Sarvesh also good. So yes, very nice attempt to all of you. Very nice. I'm happy. Okay, let's go to the next section. Let's go to the next section, right? We'll take these steps one by one. Pre-planning. Now, how you will achieve a good pre-planning while you do the minutes? See, you already have an agenda. You already have the notice. So what you can do is that you can take those notes, the order of the sequence, the names of the participants, which you can change later on depending on the absentees, the chairperson, the venue, the time. See, all these notes you can take it from the agenda and the notice, right? So you can do all the pre-planning and make sure that you know that document is at least started. When it comes to record taking, you have to make sure that you are taking permission from everybody that you're going to take the records of this meeting. You should be empowered by the chairperson to write down the minutes. When you write down the minutes, you should make sure that you are covering all the important and relevant points which were discussed. Even if there was disagreement, you should write down the disagreement causes and take it to the next meeting. You should also talk about people who have contributed any matter which was outside the agenda of the meeting. Once the minutes are written, you have to share it with your, let's say, your superiors who will have a review. You can also review it yourself. After review, you can share it with the other participants, get their feedback, finalize it. And the last thing is that you can file it either online or offline. Okay, so these were the 5 steps in the recording of minutes. And I am going to give you one example. Okay, let's before going for questions and examples, I would like you to let's discuss about action taken report. Let's talk about action taken report. So any idea, do you remember what's action taken report? So action taken report, which is also called as ATR, is a report which is compiled few days after a meeting by the person in charge, and he's going to state the various actions taken as per the discussions made. So the gap should not be quite a big gap, and it should give appropriate time for actions to be taken and the matter discussed in the form of report. So basically, it's a report prepared by the concerned person about what actions he has taken. Was there any resolution reached, or does he require any more information or any more help to carry out that action? Right now, I am going to share my screen with you guys. I am going to share my screen with you, and you are going to write the minutes of the meeting. You're going to write the agenda of the meeting. You're also going to write the action taken report. Okay, so make sure you are thorough in whatever you're writing. It's going to be a detailed exercise. I'm going to share the screen now with you guys and also tell you what to do. Okay, the question. The managing committee of Bharat Shiksha Institute has decided to bring changes in the English and accountancy syllabus for the first year course. So there's a Bharat Shiksha Institute. For that institute, there's a managing committee. So what they're going to do, they have decided to bring changes in the English and accountancy syllabus for the first year course, right? So they want to bring in some changes. So Mr. Kamal Kapoor, who is the academic dean of the institute, right? Kamal Kapoor, he's the academic dean. He has been assigned the task. He has been assigned the task of convening a meeting of all stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? Subject experts. Or in the question, in the first line, they have said the subjects, which are English and accountancy. So experts in English, experts in accountancy, college lecturers, students, and the members of print and publishing department to decide the necessary alterations in the syllabi, right? So what is the gist of this question? There's an institute called Bharat Shiksha Institute. They have a managing committee. Managing committee has decided that for English and accountancy course, they would like to make some changes in that syllabus. So what they've done, they have asked Mr. Kamal Kapoor, who is the academic dean, they have assigned him the task of first convening a meeting of all stakeholders, right? Now, just look at the stakeholders, subject matter experts, college lecturers, students, member of the print and publishing department. So this meeting will be held with all these people to decide the necessary alterations in the syllabi. So as Kamal Kapoor, number one, set agenda for the meeting. Set agenda for the meeting. Okay. So agenda would, there are some suggestions given in the question. So steps, what is going to be discussed? Review the previous syllabi, identify redundant topics, suggest inclusion of latest relevant content, include constructive and useful content from student point of view, discuss time frame from completion of revamping. So first create an agenda. Create an agenda. Second, meeting will happen. The secretary Swati Singh has been asked by Kamal Kapoor to write the minutes of the meeting. So you have to also write the minutes of the meeting. Number three, there will be some action to be taken. Submit the action taken report to the managing committee. So in this question, you are going to do three things. One, write the agenda. Second, write the minutes after the meeting has happened. Submit an action taken report. Now the question is saying that it should be very detailed question, right? So each section should be written in about 200 words, they are saying. So please do not write any shortcuts. Please do not write any shortcuts. Think this is a time for you to start developing your writing skills. I've already told you what is the format of the agenda, right? The time, the topics, the speakers, the audience, and the duration. That box, you know, that is the agenda. In this question, they have also given you the steps to be discussed. That is given to you in the question. What you have to do is that in the agenda, you have to write all these things. Who does what, who's going to discuss at what time, the duration. Also, please mention the imaginary date, time, and venue, and the chairperson. Okay. Imaginary date, time, venue, and the chairperson, right? Once the agenda is done, assume the meeting has happened and you are going to write the minutes. Okay. So one of the item in the minutes is an action taken report to be submitted. So third point in this question is submit an action taken report to the managing committee. So think logically, think through the question and solve this and solve this. So the time is almost 12:15. I'm going to give you sufficient time. But I would like to see sincere attempt from all of you. Start using your chat window. We may continue this till, let's say, about 40-45 minutes, because everything let's say that you will take about 10-15 minutes for each of this section. So in 10 minutes you can write the agenda, in 10 minutes you can write down the minutes, and in 10 minutes you can write the action taken report. So we will reassemble in about half an hour's time. So I will see what answers you have written at 12:45 p.m. All the best, students. Hope you do well in this question. Okay, let me stop sharing now. I would like to see some answers. Okay. Abdul Qadir, he's giving the agenda, date, time, topic, introduction, okay, attendees. So he's giving information about the time, duration for each. Fair enough. Then he's also giving minutes. But Abdul Qadir, you have to also give the action taken report. I could not see the action taken report. Priyanka is giving some agenda. Okay, Priyanka, I have not seen your minutes and action taken report. I can see only the agenda. Ankit Mishra. Ankit Mishra has given a agenda in detail, but minutes are very short. Manisha Tahiliani. So she's writing a very detailed agenda, as well as she has also given the minutes as well. Very nice. Manisha, the action taken report I cannot see. Okay, I can see in the next section. Fine. Okay. Okay, Manisha, I got all answers. Very good. Omvati has written a detailed agenda, and also she's writing the minutes. But Omvati's action taken report I cannot see. Kushagranath Tiwari has written a very brief agenda. Actually, the question also I got lots of points. Kushagra, you should have written a detailed agenda. Minutes, you have written a good one. But Kushagra, I will give you some tips that you should improve upon your agenda. Komalakshi, agenda, minutes. But I cannot see the action taken report for. Okay, I cannot take the action taken report for Komalakshi. Priyanka, I'm reviewing the minutes. Okay, Priyanka has written the minutes. Now, Priyanka, you have to also submit the ATR, the action taken report. Okay, Bhumika, I'm checking it now. Agenda, okay, minutes, she's written. Okay, Bhumika, you've written all those three, but maybe, like it is expected you write in detail. Don't give it so short. Yeah, you can do it in detail, but you've understood the concept. Very good. Okay, I cannot see any other responses. Does anybody want to submit any more responses? Does anybody want to share any responses? I've checked majority of responses. I've given my feedback. Anybody else? Anybody else? Students? Okay, I've got few more answers. Does anybody want to give any more answers, or we can close the session now a little bit early? Is that okay with you? Does anybody want to send some more answers? We can reassemble at 2 p.m. Okay, Priyanka is typing something, action taken report, but it is, I think, halfway through. Okay, I'm signing off, students. Let's meet at 2 p.m. Let's meet at 2 p.m. I'm signing off now. Goodbye, students. I'm signing off now. Let us meet at 2 p.m.